Hello everyone, Nev here, and today we have some updates. Yes, we do indeed. So for anyone who doesn't know what this game is, this is Boscaí, and you can get it for free in the description below. For those of you who do know, we have updates indeed. So since the last video, we've had 2 updates out. Right now, we don't actually have a version number really, so we're not going version 1, 2 and that sort of thing. Instead, we have release candidates. So all of the versions are like RC1, RC2 and so on. So let me think. RC1 you never actually saw. It was just an internal testing thing one of my friends had to test with. RC2 was the first release of the game, which, you know, any of you who played it have played. And RC2 had a few issues, like minor bugs and stuff. Now we fixed a lot of those in RC3, so right now I'm just going to go through the last 2 updates because I haven't talked about them yet in the videos. So yeah, so in RC3 we fixed some basic stuff. I mean, like stuff where you could place blocks inside of yourself. You can't do that anymore. And things where you could place blocks at the end of your reach even if there was nothing there. So yeah, that was minor stuff, not even really problems, just, you know, design things, but people didn't like it, so it's gone now. Apart from that, oh yeah, another thing is I made the game stop taking input when it's not focused. What that means is that if you pause the game and tab out, that's great, but of course if you didn't pause the game, if you just tab out, I won't do it now, but it would actually pause the game for you. So basically once you're not looking at the game or focused on the game, it won't take input from you. It was funny because I was talking to some guys over Steam who were testing it, and as they were talking to me, the character was jumping around. So yeah, kind of funny. And let me think, what else do we add? Ooh, biomes. This is actually a continental, you know, world gen, that's why it's so flat. And let's see, what else do we do? Oh yeah, also I fixed one thing where if you close the window instead of quitting the game, it'll actually take the time to save your world first and then close the window, so you won't lose your world if you do that, which is nice. Because before you would have. Ooh, a temperate desert. So that was RC3. Now the problem with RC3 was it fixed all the major things, but there was an issue some people, I mean, for the most part the game has been pretty bug free. There's been no not a single crash bug thus far, which is nice. But there was one issue some people had in Windows 8 where the mouse wasn't working, and that was obviously very annoying because it made it so you couldn't play the game because you couldn't even start the game. So I think I fixed that now. What I actually did was I updated OpenTK, which is basically like LWJGL is for Minecraft. So yeah, like, you know, Minecraft had a bunch of issues but I had to update that and I fixed it. I had a similar story, so it's on the latest version now, the latest stable version 1.1, so I'm pretty sure that'll fix a lot of the Windows 8 issues. And I mean, if it doesn't, let me know, but I'm hoping that will do it. Because to be honest, I don't think it's anything I've done, I think it's just the way the I think it's just the way it worked out. Ooh, a tundra. Sorry. This particular biome is really rare. I've had times where I've looked for 20 minutes and couldn't find it. It only happens with very low temperature and I think very low precipitation. And it's, in fact I forget. But it's really, really rare. Whereas taiga is more common. This one's just ice, like. What? Whereas taiga is all, you know, snow and dirt. But yeah, so as I said, hopefully now it'll fix the Windows 8 issues. So if you're on Windows 8 now, you should be able to play the game. Actually, on that note as well, the game is currently Windows only, but down the road I should be able to make it run on Mac and Linux, hopefully. Now I'm not doing that right now because I'm just getting the Windows version working first, but to my knowledge I should be able to get it working fairly easily on Mac and Linux. It's actually just the awkwardness of getting it to build on Mac and Linux, because I don't really have a Linux box that I use on a daily basis now. I used to, but I don't. And plus I have to do probably 2 builds for that, for 32 and 64. And then for the Mac version, I have a Mac lying around. It's not very powerful, but I'm sure I can get that to build it. So hopefully that'll get going. But even then with Mac, it's like, you have so many damn different versions of the system, you know, people have, so I don't know, I'll do my best, see how it goes. I know a few people on Mac anyway who can test it. So what else? So yeah, that was in RC4 anyway, that change with the update. Other things in RC4 are basically a lot of feature stuff. So we have new blocks now, you'll notice. All these ones at the end. So we went from having one type of wood, which was just this one here, to having, I have to count them, to having 5 types of wood. So we have all these different types, like walnut wood, pine wood, acacia wood, cherry wood, and actually, because I added these new, you know, wooden planks, I also changed the trees to match. So you'll notice now the acacia trunk, the inside is actually the same color as the acacia wood, like the planks. So I changed that. That's actually more realistic now. Because if you look them up online, acacia trees have this kind of like dark orange color on the bark. Well, not on the bark, on the wood, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I've done my best to make them as realistic as possible. Like the pine trunks are kind of like a brightish wood. If you look at pine wood, they kind of are that color. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, like we have a whole bunch of them all together now. In fact, where is the first? Should have set this up beforehand, but I didn't. Yeah, I should put the cherry one there. Ooh, and pine. I'm sure I have more. I do. Acacia. So yeah, we have 5 trunks and we have 5, you know, planks. So I have a lot more now. I've also added glass back into the game, which you can see here, which, you know, is another transparent block. And there was reasons why this was taken out before, but it's back in now. And I kind of like the way it's added. I was considering making it so it stitches together, you know, like some of the advanced glass and like Minecraft stuff. But to be honest, it's awkward as hell to do, and it really doesn't add that much. I kind of like the fact that it's actually separated into blocks. So for now, I'm going to leave it like this. So yeah, there's glass. And if I just plonk down some wood here, that's oak wood, which should be that one. Then we have walnut wood, which is kind of darkish wood. Pine wood. The oak wood is actually the old wood. And in case you're wondering, if you had a world beforehand, any wood you placed will just turn into oak wood. So yeah, it'll be the same color basically. And that's acacia, and that's cherry. So yeah, the cherry might be a little bit extra red, but it looks good that way. So yeah, so that's all the wood we have now, and the glass. So yeah. Oh yeah, one other thing I added, which I almost forgot to say. In fact, I'm pretty sure if you download the game, the changelog doesn't mention this, although my version does now. But if you press P, it'll actually take a screenshot, which is nice. So you don't have to use like fraps or, you know, print screen or anything awkward like that anymore to take screenshots. You can just press P and it'll take it. Now it won't tell you on the screen that it's taken it, although you'll sometimes see the sky flash, but it will take it. So just press it, and you can't take it twice in a row or anything, so don't worry. But just press it and it'll take a screenshot, which is nice. So yeah. Performance-wise with the game, I was a little worried when I upgraded the OpenTK, but it seems kind of fairly the same. I mean, to be honest, as I said, when I used to test this game, I used to test it in the Visual Studio Debugger, which made it slow as all hell. So when I actually like ran it proper, it's like, wow, this is fast. And everyone I've had test the game, like even people on laptops have said, like, yeah, it runs pretty well, you know? I mean, it seems that as long as you have like a processor that's like at least 2 gigahertz and you've got a discrete video card, like not integrated but a discrete one, it'll run fine. Now, I mean, to be honest, it'll probably run fine on some good integrated graphics cards as well, like an Intel 4000 or something, or 3000. But I haven't tested those, so, you know, if you do have one of those cards, let me know how it runs. But yeah. I mean, most machines get 60 FPS on the default settings, and even if you go up to like large render distance, they still get like 50 something on my machine. And my machine is slower than my friend's machine, so... In fact, it only occurred to me when I released this game that my machine is actually really out of date. So yeah, which is good in a way. So yeah, they're the new blocks. I want to add more brick blocks in the next one. Not just bricks, but actual like large blocks. So they could come in the next update. I think the next update will just be a feature one, like it won't have any fixes, because right now, hopefully the game should have no bugs anymore. So this should literally just be a case of like adding blocks and stuff as time goes on. And potentially other things, you know? I mean, as I said, if you want, you know, extra stuff like new features and stuff, just do post about it, you know, hopefully in the subreddit, because that's where I see it first. I check that all the time, and so if you post it there, I'll see it. And, you know, even if you just build something, take a screenshot, post it up there, and it'd be cool, you know? It'll be cool. Also, just a few things I want to mention. Some things, you know, questions that I get a lot from people. For one thing, if you don't know the controls to the game, like if you're playing it for the first time, there's a text file with the game called controls. Read that, please. Because nobody reads it and everyone asks how they do things. It's like, it's in the controls file. I mean, like if you hit F5, it'll go full screen. Or if you hit F6, it'll show this, which is your, you know, debug information. It shows you like your biome and your FPS and stuff. My FPS is really low because I'm using fraps right now, so ignore that. But yeah, so there's that. So do read that file, please. And actually on that as well, a lot of people didn't seem to notice that you can fly in this game. Like, and not just fly, you can no-clip. Now the difference there is that when you fly, like say in Minecraft Creative, you know, you still collide with the world. But what I do in this game is, and this is, you know, intentional, is that you don't fly, you no-clip. Which means that if you press V, you can fly around, but it also means you can clip through objects, like you don't collide with stuff, so you can go into the world if you want. Now you might wonder why this is, but I put this in for a few reasons. I mean, it's partly because in case, you know, if there was any collision problems and you fell through the world or something, you can get out. But it's not just that, it's like, I just find this really, like handy. I mean, like I play Gmod and stuff a lot, so this is what I'm used to. You know, I prefer no clip to you know, actual physical flight. Now, I mean, if people really don't like this and they would prefer physical flight, I might put that in. I mean, I can imagine how I would do that. Wouldn't be hard. But yeah, I mean, as I said, for now, that's just how I'm leaving it. And yeah, and what else did I have lists of stuff to go through here. I mentioned the mouse. Oh yeah, and on the subreddit, some people have already started posting screenshots of the house. Now, most of which are my friends, but like one guy who I think is a subscriber called Pulpinator posted this really cool house. In fact, I'm probably going to show it on screen now. Like, that was in the first version when there was no glass or anything, and it still looks cool. So, props to him for that. And oh yeah, last but not least, the game now has a page on IndieDB, which is just like ModDB, you know? But that's kind of like an actual website for the game, you know? It's not my own website, it's just a page on like their website, but it still has screenshots and you can download the game there as well, so it's nice. So I mean, if for whatever reason MediaFire doesn't work, or you just don't want to download off MediaFire, you can download it direct from that site. But yeah. So guys, it's now been like 12 minutes, I think I've been rambling for a while. So I think I'll leave it at that for today. And yeah. I'm gonna hope to, I mean, as I said, at first, like, the updates were coming every day or two for bug fixes and stuff, but hopefully now if this fixes the Windows 8 bugs, I shouldn't have to release updates as frequently. Now, I'm still gonna post stuff, like, I mean, I constantly post screenshots to the subreddit of the new features before I release them. So, like, if you were on that subreddit, you would have seen, like, these blocks, like, days ago. So yeah, I mean, as I said, I do kind of, like, really push you, especially if you have a Reddit account, do get on that subreddit and follow it and, you know, post stuff, because there will be stuff on there. And yeah. So guys, I think for now, that's it. And good day.